Hey y'all, meteorologist Cindy Goldberg here from the First Alert Desk, and I hope you enjoyed your Labor Day holiday. It's now Tuesday, and we're making it through on this Tuesday morning. Here's what it looks like outside right now. Here's our live look on our Sky9 camera facing downtown. We have blue skies out there, but also a few puffy clouds, and it's also warm to start this Tuesday. See if I can get the temperatures to work there. Nope, doesn't want to work. Let's see. This is behind me. Max 2. There we go. There we go. It's working. There we go. It's warm. Mid-80s, 85 at the Baton Rouge Metro, as well as in Hammond. We're a little bit warmer in Gonzales, 86, 83 in New Roads. It's going to get warmer. We should climb into the low 90s for our afternoon high. So 91 by 3 p.m. Slim shower chance. 10% throughout the late afternoon and early evening. But for the most part, it should be another mainly dry day with mixture of sun and clouds, and then we'll gradually cool into those upper 70s around 9 p.m. So the weather pattern that we're continuing to stick into is this. You can see in the water vapor we have this deep U shape across portions of the central and eastern half of the U.S. This is what's allowing for that drier air and drier pattern to continue right on through the rest of the work week, and it's sending a series of some cold fronts down towards the south for the central and eastern half of the U.S. But for us, what this means is that the cooler weather is for our friends up towards the north, especially for places in the Great Lakes. For us, that's really just reinforcing the drier weather pattern and also some of that drier air that's making for some nicer mornings. So here's the Climate Prediction Center temperature outlook from the next 6 to 10 days. So that's September 7th through September 11th. You can see a lot of blue on this map, but it's for our friends up towards the north, especially Great Lakes, Mid-Atlantic, expected to be below normal in terms of temperatures, but for us here in South Louisiana, we're in that light orange color, so that's right at normal, which we'll take for this time of year. Normal is typically in those low 90s. So on top of that, those fronts that we continue to pass through for this time of year is really just helping us out with the humidity. So the muggy meter is showing that we'll see a slight climb in those humidity values by the end of the week heading into the weekend, but upper 60s tomorrow will still make for a nicer feel in the mornings, and then not so bad through the afternoon. We'll also watch our afternoon high temperatures climb as well, so low 90s today, tomorrow, Thursday. Once we get into the end of the work week, Friday, Saturday, we could get closer to those mid-90s before we drop back off again, and that's with those cold fronts passing through that I was showing you. So the good news is with the heat index, it doesn't look like we'll get near the triple digits really until the end of the work week into the first part of the weekend, but this is not heat alert criteria. Heat advisory is 108 or higher, so triple digits. It's early September. It's still going to be hot, and then it looks like we'll take a dip as we go into early next week, so that's good news there. All right, let's get an update on the tropics. We're still tracking a wave that's moving off the coast of Africa here. Right now, it doesn't look like much. It's just a bunch of disorganized thunderstorm activity that's continuing to move westward. But as of this morning, this is the 7 a.m. latest update from the National Hurricane Center. They have upgraded this to a high chance of development through the next 7 days, and then a medium chance through the next couple of days as it continues to head west-northwest. It'll head towards the Lesser Antilles by the end of the week into the weekend. So it does look like this is going to be our next depression that we're going to have to watch for. Right now, it's still too early to tell where it'll go, but it does look like it's starting to take that northward turn, so we'll continue to monitor that in the meantime. The next name on the list, if it does reach tropical storm status, is the G name, and that is Gabrielle. So that'll likely be our next named storm if that does continue to gradually develop over the next week heading into the weekend. All right, back here at home though, temperature-wise, we're really sitting right at normal. Normal is those low 90s for our afternoon high, and then in the mornings, waking up in those low 70s. So with the lower humidity, it feels really nice, especially in the early part of the morning. And then, yes, warm through the afternoon, but not as bad. Very slim rain chances both today, tomorrow. In fact, we drop the rain chances by the end of the work week, Thursday and Friday, so that's why we'll see a little bit of a heat up because we don't have those rain chances in place. Once we get into the weekend, as those cold fronts approach, we could see a couple of some more isolated showers and storms, and then it looks like we'll drop off into the upper 80s going into next week. So we'll have more details on the cold fronts as well as updates on the tropics over on the noon show with Jeff Morrow.